We're back here on Local 4 Plus with Kelly Kuhn, who is the president and CEO of the Michigan Nonprofit Association, which when we started, I figured that would dominate the conversation, but boy, did this kind of branch all out into a lot of different things. What was your big takeaway?
I think my big takeaway was just really the understanding of the importance of storytelling for nonprofits, in particular out of community. I think there was a lot of information sharing around kind of what were going to be the economic impacts in community. And, you know, for the Michigan Nonprofit Association, we're going to elevate that through the work of nonprofits. So I think there's a lot of interest and support. I took that away, and just the need for us to be thinking about collaboration and working together a little differently.
I liked what you said at the end, and I think it resonated with a lot of people in the room, which was, yeah, it doesn't matter what happens. Maybe the system is broken or gets broken or the greater need, but people rise up. Nonprofits rise up and they meet the need. That said, do you still worry about, because you brought some of these statistics on how little or how the budgets of some of these nonprofits are small, do you worry that some of them won't survive?
Yeah, I think there's a lot of focus right now on compliance in particular for nonprofits, and while we've always been a sector that is kind of self-regulated, if rules of engagement change to where compliance becomes an issue, I think that's going to be challenging for some of our nonprofits to get back into compliance, and so as a result it may contract, the sector may contract. I think people, our leaders, they're burned out, they're stressed, and so I think they're going to be thinking a little bit more thoughtfully about legacy of their leadership and thinking about how and maybe ways in which nonprofits can continue to serve communities, and it may involve less nonprofits.
And it always seems that nonprofits find a way, like you said, rise up, to use that word, depending on whatever the crisis is, back in the early aughts or coming out of COVID.
Yeah.
They always seem to meet the challenge. What are you hearing from other nonprofits around the state about what they're already feeling in this current climate?
Yeah, so we definitely are hearing stories about not being able to access future resources. So while they might be able to be in payment management systems, in particular on the federal funds, and are drawing dollars down, sometimes those are taking longer to get to them. Some of them are very concerned about future distributions that will happen. We are starting to see where programs are closing, and we unfortunately have seen where some nonprofits are closing as well. So we do expect that there will probably be staff layoffs and other things. I think it's happening on a daily basis. It's just really impactful in this moment for them.
And I think it was, I want to say David who brought this up, but efficiency isn't the right metric. What did you take away from that point?
Yeah, I mean, I think that's something nonprofits have always had to struggle with, providing all of the data and the supports around the efficiencies. And really, they just want to meet the need in community. We're built for that, right? We're problem solvers. Right. We're going to see a problem and we're just going to address the need. So I think effectiveness was definitely the way to go, but it's an understanding about what does effectiveness mean, right? Did somebody get access to housing? Did children get access to meals, right? And do we care that we're caring for community? So I think it's all about perspective, but I do think effectiveness and the work of nonprofits is definitely a metric that people should lean more into, and be mindful of the efficiencies. I think the efficiencies will come actually naturally. I think this is a tremendous amount of change at once, and I think efficiencies will naturally be a result of this.
Did you leave the discussion, by the way, with a positive feeling?
I always leave with a positive feeling. Anytime I can talk about and elevate the work of nonprofits, I'm there. So yeah, I'm a realist, but I'm optimistic at the same time.
That's good stuff. Kelly, it was so nice to talk to you. Thank you.
Yeah.
Appreciate it.
Thank you.
And great discussion. It was very enlightening. It really was fascinating.
Yeah. Thank you so much.
Kelly Kuhn, who is the president and CEO of the Michigan Nonprofit Association. More guests coming up on Local 4 Plus. Stay there.